Hello everyone, my name is Christical and welcome back to another Monday build. In this Monday build, as you can see, we are going to be creating this beautiful autumn tree you see in front of you with a voiceover. I haven't done a voiceover in a really long time, so I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get right into it. The very first step I take in building our autumn tree is creating the basic shape for our trunk made out of stripped dark oak wood to give a smooth finish to the tree. Once finished, I continue on to the main branches of the tree as I try to get a grasp on the shape we will be going for before I dive straight into detailing the entire thing. With 5 main branches complete, I then fill in the spaces between each of them with smaller sub-branches. This allowed me to achieve a supportive structure for our leaf bed that will be constructed above them. To start things off, I create a perimeter around the outer branches of our trunk so I can get a feel on how I will build upwards. I would say coming up with how the leaves of your tree are going to look and feel is one of the hardest parts for me in the entire process. I cap things off at the top just in time to realize that I made the entire top of the tree just too big. So what I do instead of destroying the entire thing and starting over is simply actually making the trunk a little bit bigger to allow for a sort of supportive feel instead of having this scrawny little twig holding up a mass of branches. After shifting in some balance to the tree, I start polka dotting in some plain terracotta so we can start incorporating some of those fall colors and give a little bit of texture to the leaves. After I completed the plain terracotta and kind of polka dotting it around everywhere, I actually come back in with the yellow terracotta because I felt the only sort of feature giving any detail right now was that plain terracotta, and to sort of switch things up, I added back in a little bit more yellow so the plain terracotta wasn't the only thing that was standing out. Yellow and plain terracotta are not the only two blocks I use to give a fall feel to the build. I also use red sandstone, orange terracotta, and an assortment of fall colored glass. I'm super happy with the effect the glass gave because it allowed the tree to have a sort of softer outer edge and gave it a bit of a sparkle and shine with the shader pack I'm using. One color I was definitely a little bit doubtful about using, but completely glad I did, was the yellow glass. As you can see right here, it stood out way more than the rest of the autumn colors, so it was a little bit scary to add it in, but basically all I had to do was just use it a little bit less and be more cautious about where I did place that block. taking a little break from the glass, I actually go back and add a few more sub branches because I figured not all trees are perfect and not every single branch is going to be completely covered in leaves. So you can see here at the bottom, what I do is just have a few pieces of the stripped dark oak sticking out of our main kind of bush of the tree, giving it that sort of imperfection in nature vibe. And now I add something that I'm extremely proud of thinking of, and it just completely changed the entire dynamic of the tree. Green stained glass panes, that's right, because I wanted to have a little bit more of a pop than those yellow stained glass blocks, so I added the green, and it really gave it that extra bit of detail I was looking for, and also life, because green basically represents life. So it really added a lot to the tree, and I'm really happy with the outcome that it brought. Something I do that made the tree just seem like it was completely frozen in time was adding these floating orange glass blocks meant to simulate leaves falling down from the tree, as it is autumn and the tree should be shedding its leaves right now. And once again, I'm extremely happy with the outcome. It just created a really nice environment given to you if you are kind of underneath the tree in its canopy. And the last bit of work I do up top is adding these hanging lanterns, and I honestly could not imagine the tree without them. I mean, if you have a special tree like this, it's gotta have some ornaments, and what better than adding these beautiful sea lanterns that are just hanging down from the tree, encased in that sort of stone casing. We have to light up the bottom of the tree, right? We gotta do it somehow, and I thought this was the perfect way of doing so. And lastly, we work on the trunk of the tree. And what I do here is something that I usually do with the trunks of trees. You can see it in some of my other builds. And I use these slabs to kind of make the roots of the tree slope into the ground and even make it look like they're really held firm and just keeping the tree upright. And not only do I use slabs, but I use stairs, fences to make the corners a little bit more round, and even trap doors and pressure plates, because it really lets the roots sort of slope into the ground and give it that really, really nice detailed effect. And that's going to be it for this Monday build. I do hope you guys enjoyed the time-lapse and this voiceover. It's been a long time since I've done one. And this was just the best tree I've ever made in Minecraft. The amount of detail and the colors and the vibrancy of it all is just great, and I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. And if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.